Live It Like Lisa here. This week is kitchen week. So all of this week, as soon as I finish work, I am going to be spending time in my kitchen. We are going to be deep cleaning, reorganizing, decluttering, and getting my kitchen spick and span again. We're going to be cleaning out the fridge, the microwave, the oven. Oh my God, the oven. I swear to God, I have not cleaned my oven since the last time I did a video cleaning my oven. So if you can go back that far and find that video, that is the last time I've cleaned my oven. It is disgusting. So I'll be showing you how disgusting it is and how I'll be cleaning it. I'm also going to be doing my butler's pantry area, my food pantry area. We're going to be going through all my drawers, all my cupboards, cleaning them, hopefully getting rid of stuff. Now, I must say, I'm not really a person that has a lot of kitchen gadgets and a lot of excess kitchen stuff, but I'm going to still see if I can even declutter it a little bit more and just get rid of things that I know I'm not using or I'm not likely to use. So yeah, we're going to be going through everything. And I think because I work full time, I'm just going to spend a couple of hours every night after work and just give myself the full week to finish it. If some days I'm more energetic than others and want to do more than a few hours, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm just going to give myself a week and hopefully I get it done quicker than that. So yeah, let's go head into the kitchen now and see what we're dealing with. All right, so here's the state of the kitchen at the moment. Basically just all last night's dishes need to be cleaned and put away, and a few other bits and pieces need to be cleaned and put away. So I'm going to set the camera up. We're just going to get rid of all last night's dinners first, run them through the dishwasher, and then we're going to start decluttering and reorganizing some of the cupboards as well. The oven, I can explain. Well, really I can't. I just hate cleaning the oven. And you see that random chip that must have been there for 6 months? Wow. Yeah, this is really bad. I am so embarrassed, but this is me, this is real life, and I need to show the ugly as well as the good. So yeah, we're just going to start by spraying the oven with some oven cleaner and letting that sit and do its work while I get on with the rest of the kitchen. Wow. Wait till you see me clean it. So the first drawer we're going to tackle is our cutlery drawer. So I'm taking everything out, giving it a good wipe down, and then as I put things back, I'm going to be decluttering them as I go. So I'm only keeping the things we actually use, and I'm not one to keep a lot of extra kitchen utensils. I just like to stick with my wooden ones. So while this cupboard dries out, we're going to go back to the oven shelves and grates. What do we call them? The shelf holders. Getting all of that grease off those. Now, this oven cleaner that I use, it is really toxic. Like, I need to wear a face mask, and you should be wearing gloves. Don't live it like Lisa, the way I'm doing it here. Whenever handling this oven cleaner, you need to wear gloves and protect your breathing as well, because it is really, really toxic, but it just works so well. And you can see here the grease is just like rinsing off basically. I did use a little bit of a steel wool brush to get the stubborn grease off, but for the most part it just breaks it all down and yeah, gets it all off so well. Oh my god, now comes the embarrassing bit. Yeah, this is so disgusting. Oh my god, have a look at that. Yes. So this is probably about a year of not cleaning my oven, I'd say, and you can tell it's just one of those jobs I absolutely hate doing and will avoid doing, and I don't even know why I'm putting this out in public for all of YouTube to see. But, you know, this is how I live. Yeah, I've got no excuse other than the fact that I just hate cleaning the oven and will avoid it at all costs. And every time I clean the oven, I think to myself, I think it's easier to just pay someone to do this. It would have to be, wouldn't it? It is just the worst job in the world. So, but I mean, it's not perfect, but it's so much better. And now I'm just turning the oven on full blast to burn off the rest of those fumes. Okay, so now we're moving on to the fridge. I am basically just taking everything out, giving the whole fridge a good wipe down, getting rid of any expired food, which we don't have a lot of food in the fridge at the moment anyway, and yeah, getting it all a little bit more organized. This is another little job that I've been meaning to do for a while now, just to create some labels for my spice jars. I'm just using Word document to create these labels, nothing fancy, and I just printed them out on some label paper or sticky paper. And I'm also using my Cricut here to create some labels for my canisters on top of my where my stove is as well, for the chili, pepper and salt.
I know you feel like you want me, and I guess in a way you do. Holding my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise, now it's not the right time. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. Look away so you won't see, 'cause the pain is in my eyes. Feels like I could break at any moment and shatter your insides. If you feel my mind, call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise, now it's not the right time. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie. I would rather lie. I don't wanna fight. I would rather lie to you. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie. I would rather lie to you. I don't wanna fight. I would rather call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a heart.
Okay guys, the kitchen is officially done, but before I give you a full tour, I thought I would show you all the stuff I'm actually getting rid of. This is leaving my kitchen and leaving my house. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I had a pretty minimal kitchen to start with, but I still managed to find quite a few things that I'm just not using and is just taking up room in my cupboards for nothing. So yeah, a few of these things I'm actually going to keep and do a little makeover to, like some of these cake tins and a few of those little pie tins, that white tray as well. But then the rest of it, I'm just going to, I think most of this stuff I'm just going to donate to the thrift store. It's not really worth selling. So yes, that is everything that is leaving my kitchen and leaving my house, and I feel good about it. Well, here it is, guys. I finally finished. It took me a week, but geez, I'm happy with the result. So if I miss anything, like if you want to know where anything's from, just leave me a comment below. I'll try and go through everything without making the video way long. But yeah, so starting off here, we have our IKEA stools. And I'll give you a little scan of the whole thing all done now. And then I think we'll just start at the very beginning with the fridge and then move our way around. So in the fridge, all the fridge is nice and clean and organized now. We don't have a lot of food in at the moment, but yeah, it's all nice and clean. That's our fridge. Then we'll move on to the drawers here. All we are left with now are the stuff we actually use. So we've got our tongs here, our knives and forks, spoons, salad spoons, steak forks and knives, chip clips, and then we've got some soup spoons here. We've only got a couple of gadgets that we actually use. So we've got a garlic press, potato peeler, and bottle opener. And then we have some like cheese graters and zest graters there, basting brush, spatula, and scissors. And that is it for our cutlery drawer. Then in the next drawer down, we just have our plates and bowls. And then in this drawer, we just have our glass storage containers. And you saw I got rid of some of the other ones that were in there that we just weren't really using. So that's that drawer. In this one's just our garbage bin and recycle bin. Then in this cupboard here, all I've kept now are all of these are Maxwell Williams baking dishes. Why I like these ones specifically, because you can use them just as a serving dish. You can put them in the oven to bake things in. So they're quite versatile. And then we've got a few Maxwell Williams platters there as well as a gravy boat at the back. Then on this shelf, hardly anything now that I've got rid of all those spiralizers and vegetable cutters. So I've just got my 2 mixing bowls. I've got a cupcake tin, muffin tin, and square tin, and then a bread tin with our sifters there. And that's all we have as far as bakeware. I'm not into baking too much. Under the sink, you probably saw in the video, I was putting up some hooks for the tea towels, and then a couple on this side for the dishcloths. And then my organization under the sink, I've just got my cleaners in 2 baskets there. And then in that big tin is some of the dishwashing tablets. And then that's just an unopened box that we have left there as well. And that tin was from Kmart, I think a while ago. I'm not sure if they still have them. So that's our under the sink. And then moving on to this cupboard, I'll do all the bottom cupboards first, and then I'll show you all the top cupboards. So this used to have all our appliances in it, but it was a bit of an awkward cupboard to get to things. So I've put all of our party type things in here, or the stuff that we use at Christmas. So down the bottom is all of our little fry pan things, like the stands that they sit on, and all the utensils and things for the little fry pan. And then those are the wooden boards that we eat from. The trays at the top are for when we have sushi. And then those plastic ones there, the 2 bowls are when we have like prawns and seafood. And then the serving plates at the bottom for when we do the little fry pans as well. So yeah, that's all that we have in that cupboard, and that's fine there. Then my oven, oh my gosh, look how good my oven looks. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's Wow, it's way, way better than it was. So I'm really happy with that. Let's hope it stays that way for a couple of weeks at least. Then beneath the oven is just where I keep all the like cookie sheets, pizza trays, cooling racks, and those are a couple of chopping boards Michael has. And then in this cupboard here is all of our pots and pans, and that's all we basically have as far as pots and pans. It's just one set. I think this is the Scan Pan brand, so they're all sort of belonging to the same set. Couple of roasting tins, a wok and a poacher at the bottom, and that's our pans there. Then, so we'll go moving on the top now. So in this little corner here, I have my wooden chopping boards and knife block. And then I've just recently purchased that diffuser there from Kmart. I think it was about $20, and it actually works quite well. And then at the top on those two shelves are just a little bit of decor. I've decluttered a lot of the decor as well, and I'm just trying to keep pieces that I really love. So yeah, these ones made the cut. The windmill was from the Reject Shop. The silver platter was thrift store. Set of 3 little bottles in the wire basket was Spotlight. The blue mason jars was the Reject Shop. The milk can was from Spotlight. The 2 copper scoops there were from thrift store, and the plant was IKEA. And then at the top there, I have my market sign. That was from TK Maxx here in Australia. I've cleaned my window. I even cleaned all the window. So the only dirt that's on it now is what's on the outside. But yeah, it definitely looks a lot better. Then on top of my sink here, I just have my dishwashing liquid. And that's just where I keep my liners when I take them out to eat. And I bought this little brush caddy just to keep everything off the bottom of the sink. So I like that. Those were both from Kmart. Then over in this corner, I have a little hanging plant, which I got from Kmart. In this cupboard here, we have nothing really at the top, just a set of scales there. And then in the bottom here, I keep things in baskets because it just keeps it neat and easy to get to. So in this basket, we have measuring cups, measuring spoons, a lemon squeezer thing, and a measuring jug. And then in the next basket, we have all of like those sort of ingredient little containers, so when you're making something you can chop all your ingredients up and put them in those bowls ready to go. And then in the last basket we just have a knife sharpener and another small scale. So having them in the baskets just gets them, it just makes them easy to reach and makes them look neat as well. Then in this corner I just have my wooden utensils, and then there's a few plastic ones at the back there. This is basically all I use. Glass jar was from the thrift store. The mortar and pestle was Kmart. And those little tiny wooden spoons was eBay. So that's that corner. Then we've got my stove. And then I've done another little project. I finally used my Cricut and put some labels on these canisters so that they're easy, a lot easier to know what's going on inside. And then yeah, that little setup there, everything there was Kmart. The canisters were from Kmart quite a while ago. I don't think they sell them anymore. And the wooden board is also Kmart. And then in the top of this cupboard is just all of our cooking sauces. Again, I just contain everything in a basket. Helps to keep the shelf clean as well as keeping everything contained and looking a lot neater. And then we've just got some overflow at the top there. So that's that cupboard. Where else? Okay, so from this side next to the fridge, we've got a big double door cupboard here as well as some drawers and the microwave there. So inside this cupboard, this is mainly Michael's cupboard. It's got some recipe books up the top there, and then the rest is all his. So it's all his water flasks and like potions and spices and vitamins and all of that sort of thing. I don't really tend to go in there, so I didn't touch any of that, except I just culled a couple of cookbooks that I didn't need anymore. So that's the rest that is left there. Then we've got the microwave, all sparkling inside again. Oh, it's so nice when I see it like this. And then in the next drawer down is another project I finally finished, and that was to label all of my spice jars, which I absolutely love. These spice jars, you can get them from either the Reject Shop or Kmart still sells them, and they're not very expensive. I think you get a set of 5 or 6 for like a couple of dollars. And yeah, I just printed off some labels and stuck them all on, and I really love the way that looks now. Then in the next drawer, we have all the wraps and Ziploc bags and kitchen tidy bags and that sort of thing. In the next drawer, we have all the tea towels. And then in the last drawer, we have the water bottles. So we've culled a lot of those as well. Then in this big cupboard, I made a few changes, which I actually like. So at the top there in those baskets, in that first one, we've just got the iron, because we iron here in the kitchen. That one's empty, that one's empty, and then that one's just got all of the vegetable seeds. So like for our veggie patch, all the seeds and that sort of thing is all in there. Then in these baskets, so I've got the NutriBullet accessories in this basket. We have, what's that? Oh, that's my hand whisk and hand mixer in that basket. Then in this one is my spare vinegar and oil set, as well as a couple of spare salt and pepper sets, because the cat smashed mine one time and I love them so much I'm scared I'm never going to get them again if it happens again. And then this one has just got Michael's chili sauces and beef jerky that he needs to do reviews on, so we're just keeping them separate for now. Then now here on the next two shelves, I've put all of our appliances, because it's the appliances used to be in that corner cupboard there, and it was very awkward to get them out. So I just figured having them here is just so much easier. You can see them, you can just get them straight out and use them, no problem. And this I just bought a couple of days ago. It was $45 from Kmart, and I'm hoping to use this more than our actual oven. So it'll keep the oven cleaner. And yeah, just got a little convection oven there that, yeah, I'm hoping. We've never had much luck with these. We've had a few of these in our lifetime, and for some reason they always trip the power. So I'm keeping it in the box. I'm keeping the receipt until I use it, and then yeah, hopefully it will all go good. So as far as our appliances, all we have is a slow cooker, convection oven, rice cooker, sandwich press, and NutriBullet. That's all we have. Then in the next two shelves, that first one there is all the barbecue accessories. So everything to do with the barbecue is on that shelf. And the very bottom shelf is all the dog food. So the dog biscuits are in those two containers. And then those are just the overflow, or like the extra bags that haven't been opened yet there. So I'm really pleased with that setup. Then moving on into our little breakfast nook, or butler's pantry, whatever we like to call it. I've just put this little caddy on the wall here. This was actually from Spotlight. I'm thinking I'm going to paint the back of it. I'm not sure if I really like the color of the back of it, so I may do something with it like in the future, but I'm just going to see how I like it sitting there for now. And I've just got my oven mitts and a couple of tea towels in there at the moment. Then moving on to this section, I'll give you a little overview first. So we've got the sink, and the coffee machine, and the kettle and toaster. And then moving up to the next two shelves. Now, I need to explain this. So I mentioned in my last video I was going to give this little shelf a makeover and that I had ordered a little tea set off eBay to sit on the shelves. Well, I quite underestimated the size of the tea set that I ordered, so it didn't quite work out how I had it in my head. I was hoping they'd be big enough to fill all 3 shelves, but yeah, not quite. They're very, very cute all the same, but yeah, it's just one of those things that I way underestimate. Not their fault, my fault. I mean, it did say 12 scale, but yeah, I just kind of underestimated way how big they were going to be. So, but yeah, we're going to live with it for now. I'm still going to give this a makeover and do something with it. Those 2 are also going to get little makeovers and have them done something with them as well. So let's start at the top. We've got the jug was from the reject shop, and that little fake marmalade jar type thing is just a DIY that I did. I've got a couple of baskets there were from Target. I've got my tiered tray right at the top there that I haven't decorated as yet. A couple of frames from the thrift store. That big Le Petit Cafe sign was from like the reject shop. It was like a dollar store in Queensland somewhere. I think it was called Crazy Clark's or something like that years and years ago. So yeah, that was a pretty old find. And then my little bird cage there. And the next shelf down, these canisters were part of that Kmart set that I had already. A lot of that is thrift store finds. That's Kmart. That one I actually bought off my neighbour when they were selling their house. Those are all thrift store finds. And yeah, like I said, that's a thrift store find that needs a makeover. And the plant was pretty sure IKEA or Kmart, I'm not sure. And then on the sink part here, I've just got my little chalkboard. That was Spotlight, I believe. And then we've just got a couple of spoons and plates there. Our coffee machine, our little tea, coffee and sugar canisters, and then the toaster and kettle, both from Kmart as well. So in this cupboard is just all of our mugs and glasses. So they're all the glasses that we have, 6 mason jars, and those are our coffee mugs. So everyone likes their own kind of mug, so that's why they're all mix matched. And I'm eventually going to cull all of mine. I'm going to find myself a Ray Dunn mug that I love, and then I'm going to cull all of mine and just have the one Ray Dunn mug. Might even have 2. I might have one for Christmas and one for every day, but then I'm going to get rid of all the rest. So once I find that one unicorn mug that I love, I'm going to buy it, and that's it. So down the bottom here, we've got those are Michael's shake makers or shake mixers, whatever they're called. And then all of that is coffee related stuff. So like coffee grinder, coffee plunger, and cold press coffee set is there as well. So that's all that's in that cupboard. Then in this cupboard here is where I keep all of my holiday and seasonal servingware. So here, this will be the next one that will be coming out, will be all the Easter stuff. So I've got a few canisters there, plates and a couple of mugs. I've got my Christmas baskets up the back there. I've got all my Halloween type stuff here. And then on the bottom there is all Christmas. And again, I've culled down a lot. So I've gotten rid of all the random Christmas mugs, and we've just got these 4 now, as well as the plate set. And then that set at the back there is my special set. And that's the set that I threaten everyone that I'm going to leave this house, move out on my own in a nice clean house. And then this is the set, the dinner set that I'll be taking with me. I just love that set so much, and I forbid anyone to use it. Even though it's only a cheap set from Kmart, but I just love it. So that is all my holiday type stuff in there. And then under the sink here is where I keep all of the tablecloths, napkins, table runners and placemats, all again organized by the season. So we've got Easter all on top at the moment because that's the next holiday that's coming up, and then as Easter finishes, that will rotate to the bottom, and then the next one will be Halloween and then Christmas. So I've again sorted all of the stuff out that I'm no longer using, and then this is the stuff that is, yeah, still being used. So that's that cupboard. And then last but not least, this is such a long video, guys, I'm so sorry. Last but not least is my pantry. So I'll give you a little scan first. So this is the food pantry. And I'm really pleased with the setup I've got in here now. I think this is the neatest it's ever been. I'm really, really happy with it. So up the top there is just all of Michael's stuff basically, because I can't reach it. I even struggle when I'm on a chair to reach it. So most of that is all his like protein powders, vitamins and all of that sort of stuff. So it's nothing that I really need to get to. On the next shelf is all of our preserving jars. That's what they're called. Yeah, so all we've got in them at the moment is some dried chilies. But yeah, hopefully once I get some time and I can get into preserving some vegetables, I'll start doing some of those as well and have those all filled up. Then on the next shelf here, these are all the Decor brand of plastic containers, and that just stores all of the basics. And the little labels I got from the reject shop. It was just in a pad. And any of the ones that didn't have specific labels, if you can see up close, I've actually cut out the individual letters on some of the other labels that I wasn't going to use to create ones that I did need. So if you see breadcrumbs, that's all one complete label. That's a complete label. Whereas this fried onion, if you look close, it's all like separate letters that I've just put together. So yeah, just created a few of our own individual ones that we need. Like the cat biscuits was another one, and the rock salt was another one. And then in the next baskets down, I've kind of got all these categorized. So that's kind of like the junk basket, like all snack, like junk food basically. This one's the baking basket. So all cake mixes and cookie mixes and breadcrumbs, baking stuff. This is all like spreads, as well as at the front here, some, you know, stuff that you can mix in your milk, like chocolate powder and caramel latte stuff. This next basket is all like teas and coffees. This next one is all of our tin food. We don't really use a lot of tin food. And then in the next one is all of our rubs. So these are not really spices like in the other drawer. These are more stuff that you would put on meat before you barbecue it. So yeah, like meat rubs and that sort of stuff anyway. Then in the next basket, on all these black baskets are from Kmart, and all these ones are from Kmart, and the wooden ones are from Kmart. So everything's Kmart. Then in these baskets here, we've got all the kids' snacks, like the 2-minute noodles and packet of soups, and also what tends to go in there is, what is it called? Mac and cheese as well. This is our Mexican and Italian basket, so anything to do with Mexican food or pasta will go in this basket. This one is our Asian food basket, so anything to do with Asian cooking will go in this basket. This one's our Indian food basket, so anything to do with curries and that sort of thing will be in there. This is our overflow basket, so these are all new items that we've got multiples of that haven't been opened yet. And then the last one is the cat food basket. So then these brown boxes at the bottom, these are actually our Christmas boxes that we use at Christmas time to put all our presents in. And like I have just been storing them away. Like we basically just have them out at Christmas and then I store them away for the rest of the year. But I just thought they're such good boxes to use. Like they're too good to just be stored away all year. I may as well be using them. So I've actually swapped out, I had all wire baskets along the bottom here that you could see through them and they just looked very messy. So I've taken all those out and I've replaced it with these wooden ones. So what we have in these, and I've made sure that I'm not putting any food type things in these boxes so that they don't like get any weird smells on them or anything like that. So all I have in this one is just some extra mason jars. And then in this one here is just some spare plastic containers. And then in this one, we just have some backup of the long life milk. And then in the last one, we just have, these are some bags of coffee we were given to try. They haven't been opened yet, so I'm just keeping those in there. So, and then at the top there is where the cat eats. So that is my completed, and what I'm going to be working on this year is some light fittings. I haven't got any light fittings in my house yet, so yeah, that's going to be next project, is to find some light fittings to go on all these lights. So that is my, my thorough deep clean and declutter of my kitchen. My gosh, I'm so happy with the way it looks. This is a super long video, guys, so I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.